לדויר ודויר להגיד גויד לך לדויר ודויר נגיד גויד לך ולנצח נצחים קדושה זכה נקדיש ולנצח נצחים
שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אנא אדוני הושיע נא אנא אדוני הושיע נא אנא אדוני הצליחה נא אנא אדוני הצליחה נא
שייט קאוס קריי גיין חאט זיי דא גאן ניס בא בטו בייסך דאי שייט פאלך Rabbi Shlomo Simon is mechubed with a cheke.
Well, Yaakov Goldberg not here? Oh, you're splitting up.
זה הכיסא שלי, אני בדחול עד דשו עשך כניסי אדוני, סימלתי דשו עשך אדוני, ומצווי סך עשיתי אליהו מלך הבריס, הנה שלך לפניך, המועד על ימיני ושמחני, סיפרתי דשו עשך אדוני. אמר הקדוש ברוך לאברהם אבינו צלח לכל עמי ישראל. אם יכולים לזוג מקיים מצווה שעשה שציווני הבריס ברוך שמו לא מול וידע באדוני יום השלם על פנחס בן עמוס ובן הקדש ועשה מעצמי בני ישראל וכנס מצוותיכם. ולא החליציס בני ישראל וכנוסי לכן אמר הנני נויסן לי אז בריסי שלום. אבי הבן. Now the mitzvah meal is your mitzvah. You can do it yourself. I'll show you how. You can make me a shliach. Okay, so hold on a second. And tell me you're making a shliach for the whole mitzvah. I would like to make you a shliach for the whole mitzvah. Bris kodesh baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kdishanu b'mitzvah Yisrael v'tzivanu al hamilach. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu lahakniso b'briso shel Avraham Avinu. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechiyanu v'kimanu v'higyanu lazman hazeh. Amen.
What's mehr Sandig? Rabbi Helper is mechubed with mehr Sandig.
Where is he?
Ah.
Yeah, kach.
We good? Yeah, no, what's up? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagofel Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidash yedid mi beten v'chok b'shei rosam v'tetzav chosam bos bris kodesh al ken b'schar El chai chelkeinu tzureinu tzavei latzil yedidut shereinu mishachas leman briso asher sam b'vsareinu Baruch atah Adonai koreis haberim
Eliyahu v'le'avosenu kayem es hayelad hazeh lo b'v'limo v'yikorei shemo b'Yisrael. Avraham Moshe ben David Yoseph Yismacha v'yotzech alatzah v'sogel imo v'bi v'tna kakosuf Yismacha bicha v'imecha v'sogel yoladetecha v'noima v'volech v'erech misposeches v'domayech v'yemara ונאמר זכור לעולם בישראל דוד ציווה לאלף דף אשר קרא עשרת אברהם ושבועו ליצחק ויעמדה ליעקב לחג ליצור ברית לו ונאמר ויאמר לאברהם את יצחק בני בן 18 ימים כאשר ציווה עשה אלוהים Avraham Moshe ben David Yosef zakatan gadol yeh Shem shenichnas lebris Kein kadeis lezoyol chukol Machzik toivim
Shunay der Shamayim, Yosef, Moshe kam Shamayim, Moshe kam Shamayim, Eloheinu, Eloheinu, Moshe kam Shamayim,
They're leaving to the work. Avraham Moshe.
At my wedding, like wedding, you have all their favorite people gather around for a joyous occasion for you, and then all of a sudden you see all your favorite people regather for such a high moment in our life, the birth of our son. Avraham Moshe, the name actually, we felt, Gila and I felt like it was almost predetermined for us. Last night we got a call from Gila's sister, and she says, I know the name. Like, okay, go for it. And she says, Avraham Moshe. It's like, what? Maybe I left a piece of paper out somewhere, you know? But she said she figured it out because Moshe, this is the parsha in the book of Moshe, and the last one was out. There's another whole reason for it. So she guessed it. And then last night, too, I spoke to my mom. Early this morning, I spoke to my mom. And she says, you know, have you thought about a name? I was like, well, yeah, Mom, you know. I've given it some thought. She says, I have an idea. And I've heard this idea before mentioned, but she said, I have an idea. I said, what is it, Mom? She goes, Avraham Moshe. I said, yeah, it's your father. Yeah. So she was tuned in too. But it was, for me, it was always something, I thought if we had a boy, that we would name him after my grandfather. That was my hope and my wish. We were both connected to the name. Avraham Moshe, my grandfather, my memories of him are, when I was 10 years old, he passed away. But my memories of him are that he was the one we went to whenever we wanted our back scratched for unlimited amounts of time. We'd climb on his lap and he'd just scratch and he'd be happy and just simple. And I always felt special, like my grandfather was a special person. He was very simple, gentle, calm, loving, generous, and all these great, great qualities that I remember one time I was going in yeshiva, and I was going through some not difficult times, everyone goes through difficult times in yeshiva or when they're in Israel by themselves and going. I was thinking of like, who would I want here comforting me if I could be comforted? And my grandfather's like image was there, and just like thinking of him holding me and comforting me. And that was his nature. He came from Poland when he was 16. He had a strong desire to leave there against his family's wishes. He made money, he sent money back to his family, took care of them. He was a barber, he wasn't rich, he wasn't a man of material world, but he still always took care of his family. He helped his younger brother escape from Poland to Israel, before it was Israel, in 1935. He sent money back to him, it was $1,600 at the time, which was a tremendous amount of money, 35. His brother had saved $1,000, he needed $600. So my grandfather helped him. Again, he didn't have much, but he was always giving in a generous spirit. So for that alone, it was a hope that our son, could walk in that path, in those midos of my grandfather, and it would be unbelievable. The other thing is, I'm also hopeful, like, thank God I have come to a place in my life where I have found the beauty and amazing awesomeness of Torah and mitzvot and Hashem, and connecting to Him through Torah and mitzvot. And so it's my hope too that we bring this special soul into the world, Avraham Moshe, and now we infuse him with Torah, and God willing, he'll have a love and passion for the Torah, much like many of the people in the Rebbeim that I have associated myself with, the people I've associated myself, or tried to associate myself with, or at least latch onto. And with that, he'll become levels that we can only imagine what the good midos with the Torah learning could bring him. B'ezrat Hashem. Just a couple of things about Avraham and Moshe. I think I'm going on already, like 8 minutes longer than I expected. But Avraham and Moshe, like when he said the day was predetermined. So we were thinking of Avraham and Moshe, and then all of a sudden the baby came 2 weeks early. He was born in the book of Bereshit, so it worked out nicely for the naming. Actually, it worked it out very nicely. And then Moshe also, his whole parsha, it's all about Moshe. And as my wife also pointed out, it's the last book. It ends with Moshe's dying. So we start with Avraham, the leader, the father of all the fathers, and then we end the Torah with Moshe. It's sort of the two names combine the entire Torah. So again, we're trying to really hopeful, God willing, that he is really immersed in Torah. The other thing that was interesting, I was listening to a shir this week, because obviously Hashem times everything perfectly. And so since he had his bris extended to this week I got to listen to a shir from David Sachs in LA, who is someone who's also was part of my journey getting here. So he was talking about the names. He was talking about Ephraim and Manasseh specifically, which was in last week's parsha. He was saying that so many pairs of names with the Aleph and Mem were like paired up and revolve around redemption, such as Aaron and Moshe, who were the other ones? Esther and Mordechai, Eliyahu and Mashiach. And he was saying, he was making the point that Ephraim and Manasseh too, like there was a reason for that order, and why Yaakov blessed them, Ephraim and Manasseh, Aleph, Mem. And he made some sort of analogy to the tough at the end of it. So I was thinking too, like Aleph, Mem, Avraham, Moshe, what do we do in Emes? I'm still seeking out truth. Why am I connected and interested in Torah? Because I'm seeking truth, always truth. And I found more truth in the Torah and through the people that I've met and I've associated myself with. And it just seems like the right thing to me. And I want to always, God willing, to serve. And Gila and I are trying to make a life where we serve Hashem with Emet. So what is it? Avraham, Moshe, and then what do we have at the end? We throw in some Torah, and Avraham, Moshe with Torah. We have Emes, truth, and B'ezrat Hashem, that's his journey in life. A life of truth, a life of Torah, a life of leadership. I'm not looking for a great leader who's, but why not? No, great. I want a great leader, but who has to be loud and whatever leader he is, God willing, to be a great leader. But he takes on some of the qualities of Avraham and Moshe, our forefather, and Moshe Rabbeinu. Then I will be very happy. Humility, big time, and a learning and a love of Hashem that people should just see it. People should just see his love for Hashem and his love to do the mitzvot and his love to learn Torah. And from that alone, he should lead people toward Torah, mitzvot, and toward B'ezrat Hashem. We see good things in our days, and we'll all celebrate together only good things. So thank you.